another sample here from Catnap G. It says The Amazing Unknown Blend by Catnap G. He sent me some email which explains this to some extent. It says here, as you know, I mixed up some bottle blends as I have so many of them. While I was in the process of labeling some bottle blends, I had created some time ago, so I have a few bottles of blends that I'm not really sure what they are. For this sample, I tried a sample of each of the bottle blends which I got confused by, and this one was my favorite hands down, as I found it to be simply excellent, or dare I say, amazing. I have a feeling this is the best of the Canadian whiskies I had at the time, including the best Shelter Points, Macaloni's, Two Brewers, and for good measure, a lot of J.P. Weiser's 18 for a more traditional Canadian whiskey. I'm pretty sure that is what this is. I know I made some great blends with some of my favorite Canadian and Scotch whiskies at one point. So although I can't give you a specific, nor can I know the specific ABV, all that I could definitely say is that this is an amazing blend to me, and I think it will be to you as well. So therefore, just to play it safe, it is now officially identified as the Amazing Unknown Blend by Catnap G. I'm confident that you're going to like this one. Unlike that previous disaster, which I think was the result of some Canadians and Irish whiskies which didn't turn out all that great, this one should make up for it. Bottle level is roughly 3/4 the way full. I haven't touched it in a while, so it has been oxidizing for a couple or so months. Likely ABV is late 40s. You mean high 40s? Okay, enjoy. As usual, there is the parafilm, which I need to get rid of. Okay, parafilm, here we go. Parafilm. He sent me a few samples in the last batch of shipments. Excuse me. That last one was pretty good. That was the Catnap Oven from Macaloni's. Yeah, I don't like parafilm. I'm liking it less and less every time I have to open up one of these. Sticky stuff. Sticks. It's like electrically charged or something. It just sticks. Get rid of that. Okay. Now, there. I'm back. I read to you what it says about this. I open it up. The Amazing Unknown Blend by Catnap G. And there's about 30 milliliters of it. Give it a chance to open up a tiny little bit. I think it needs that. Needs to open up a tiny little bit. He says that it's mostly Canadian, or so he thinks. I'm getting it doesn't seem very strong. It seems rather mellow, like an 18-year-old Wiser's, like he said. Might have some Canadian single malt in there, like Shelter Point or Two Brewers. And he did also mention Macaloni's. There could be some in there, just judging by the color. It's got kind of a reddish amber. So there could be some Macaloni's in there, or something with wine cask. But I'm not getting a lot of fruits on the nose. On the nose, I'm getting a bit of malt and a little bit of corn sweetness. I'm going to have a taste. Oh, on the palate, that is good. I'm definitely getting some wow. A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything that you could get in Canadian whiskey. A little bit of sherry, dark fruits, a little bit of effervescence, a tiny little bit of spiciness, perhaps from rye. A little bit of sweetness. And it's a little bit effervescent. Oh boy. There is definitely some complexity going on here. And it is a curious blend. There's a bit of a alcohol note sticking out between the sherry and the slightly spicy part. This is good. And it's a little bit different every time I take a sip. Sheeting action, tiny trails of tiny little drops. But the flavor is quite intriguing. quite intriguing indeed. It starts off light like a Weiser's 18 Canadian whiskey. And then on the finish, there is a delightful, fruity, spicy mix of flavors coming up as it transitions. Yeah. I would have liked more than just 30 mils of this, but I guess beggars like me can't be choosers. Quite a delightful little dram. Thank you, Catnap, for making this one a possibility on my palate. Cheers.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.